Hey, what's up guys? We're back again with a new meta cycle deck that is capable of outplaying every matchup. The number 102 player and Ultimate Champion last season was cycling circles around opponents and there was nothing they could do, outpacing everyone's answers to balloons so every opponent feels like a buffoon. If they've got a ranged unit, you can snipe it with a miner. If they've got anything on top, it will get slowed down by the ice golem, which they have to piece apart before they can even target the balloon. And if your opponent's units are targeting your balloon, you can always knock them away with a surprise snowball. Meanwhile, on defense, you'll be kiting units to the other lane with your ice golem or feasting on tank pushes with your high damage hunter. And because of the quick card cycle, you can always get back to the cards that you need. This balloon cycle deck was able to beat the best players in the world when they were trying their hardest at the end of the season. So if it's good enough to beat pros, it's definitely good enough for me. So let's go jump straight some games and assert dominance. Lots of love to everyone that's using creator code SirTag to make all the daily videos possible. All right, so we got a game against someone that is a part of the Gentleman clan. So we'll see if he's actually a gentle sir or if he's going to be rushing through and trying to hurt my towers. Okay, so he's going to go for a barbell. I don't think that's that bad for me. And usually when I see archers, I freak out and I'm like, Expo player, you're going to waste my entire lifespan. It's going to be a 5-minute game. But no, I think it's going to be graveyard because I saw barbell with archers. Most of the time, people that are running this type of deck are going to be running Mighty Miner, graveyard with freeze. So I need to save at least a couple small spells for when my opponent decides to go for the graveyard. Otherwise, it will be a very tricky time for me to stop all the skeletons that swarm me. Okay, so I can log here, or you know what's better? Maybe going for a balloon and also a miner, because his building is out of cycle, and he also doesn't end up having the phoenix. So when he decides to go for the graveyard, we can counter it for 2 elixir investment with the bats. Meanwhile, the balloon is thriving on the tower. So the reason why we play really aggressively in single elixir with our deck is because if we play against a graveyard deck or anything that's really aggressive, most of the time we can shut it down for 2 elixir or 3 elixir if it's a lot of bridge spam and we just want to drop a Royale delivery. Something to keep in mind because this deck works really well in singles since you get such good cost-efficient trades and your opponent doesn't know what your deck is. Meanwhile, if you can identify their deck and know what their win condition is, like I did, I was like, okay, well, I can go really aggressive and then just defend with bats, then they get a terrible trade. So his graveyard, which was 5 elixir, got countered for a measly 2, and there wasn't much he could do. I'm going to go in for a snowball here so then we can knock the phoenix away. So then it has to go and walk back towards the balloon. Oh my gosh. Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? Because I don't know if I'm going to be seeing a tower any longer. That is 3 glorious hits. We knocked the phoenix back so it had to walk a huge distance, or I guess fly a huge distance. I don't know if phoenix grew legs or something, but that's pretty funny. And then it's even more funny because the hunter is going to get pushed back by the phoenix to go and target the graveyard skeletons without having to walk that much longer. Yes, I can confidently say that the hunter does walk. So with 2 towers with sub 500 HP, I don't know what this guy has planned, but I'm here for it. I'm going to miner in the back, and I'm pretty sure that that balloon is not going to get pulled by the phoenix. And also, oh, no, that was a really good phoenix. He pushed it into the tombstone with that play. So smart strategy from our opponent. I need to focus up to defend this because there's going to be a lot of stuff coming at me. So if you play against a graveyard player, it's important to stop them from crossing the river with a Royal delivery if possible. Then we're going to go in for our bats here. He kind of expected us to do something that we didn't. I'm going to log because I should be able to kill the phoenix egg, and if I don't, then I'm a sad sir. But yeah, that was a pretty nice snipe. I love cleaning up graveyard skeletons and also shutting down the phoenix egg in one fell swoop. If you guys noticed that, that log was insanely beneficial. Dude, do I take 2 towers to 1? Oh my gosh, you might not even take it. What if I don't let you take a tower? What if I assert utter dominance against you? That's how I like to play, bro. Yes, sir. 2-0 victory. And you love crushing dirty graveyard freeze players because the deck that he's playing doesn't take near as much skill as a fast cycle deck. Hey, we got a game against Zasco. So he's apparently from the Ghost clan. Hopefully, you know, he just ghosts our balloon and allows it to just run a rampage on the tower. I'm going to go for a log on the tower just to get some extra cheeky chip. And this guy doesn't seem like he has any plans of defending. So I'm just going to go and throw a snowball at him now, too. And he might think, hey, Jake, you're out of small spells. And then he'd be wrong because I have Royal delivery, too. You're actually going to fireball me? Dude, you can't do that. That's 4 elixir at a time. You're only supposed to drop, like, you know, a measly 2 elixir investment at the start because, you know, you can at least defend at a deficit and be okay. Is this guy actually planning on sacking his entire tower? Maybe he just didn't have anything. He cycled a fireball, and then the balloon just destroyed his dreams. The miner's holding the minions in place? Jeez, dude. He didn't get anything out of that alive. So, he does have an elixir collector, though, so he has a pretty big advantage from that perspective. I think I want to go for a hunter in the back in the left-hand lane, just because, you know, I can guarantee that I should be able to shut down any bridge spam that he decides to do on the tower that he already has a lot of damage in. The unfortunate thing about this is Rage puts in work. I am going to snowball because I think it's going to be very satisfying with the hunter. I also knocked it closer to the hunter, if you guys saw that. Knocked it slightly closer to the right-hand side so then the hunter could melt the balloon a bit faster. I'm going to go in for a balloon here again, and then I'm going to go for a miner. I'm going to make sure that there's precedence for him to defend the balloon, and then we can connivingly crush the collector. So even if he goes in for minions here, I'm pretty sure that doesn't stop it in time. And then you lose the elixir collector. Oh my gosh, miner part 2, digging us the serious value. Let's go. If I kill this balloon, it's all over. He will be deflated and popped. And yeah, even if you're going to go for the fireball, it's not going to work out, man. You are burned out of this one. And it looks like our opponent got burned out of the game and just left, while we burned through his towers like nobody's business. Jump into the game against Jones. I never like going for a balloon early on until I bait out my opponent's anti-air answers. So like him cycling the Phoenix there, that's pretty good for me. Now with the Phoenix out of cycle, that's one less good answer to the balloon that you're not going to have in store. So I'm asking for more, and I think that you're probably going to end up having, if I had to guess, it would be an Electro Giant deck. So I want to drop my balloon here. It's going to be harder for you to go and activate King Tower here if we drop a miner with the balloon, and then also have the hunter destroy all of your stuff, right? Like just looking at what the hunter is able to accomplish, it was able to shut down everything, really. Because I can log and kill the Golden Knight, and even if you go in for the King Tower activation with the Tornado, you're still taking the balloon hit, and you're taking the death damage because you messed up the Tornado. It's really nice that we were able to do that and make it mess up, dropping the balloon so far away, especially with the miner, to make sure that his pull had to be extremely precise. So because of our card cycle, we're able to get back to balloons when they just used their first answer to it. And now because he doesn't have Tornado, I think he's going to go for a Phoenix. So I want to go bats to finish off the Phoenix if possible. That's really nice for us because now the Phoenix is going to start targeting the bats, and then we can maybe even go in for a log if we had that in cycle to finish off the Phoenix egg so he doesn't get it for respawn. It's still fine if that happens because Royal Delivery has the cleanup potential. Yo, wait, this is even more than I wanted, man. Wow, this guy is going green and he's recycling those goblins to my elixir. That's incredible. I appreciate that, dude. You're doing a lot for the environment for us. Maybe I can go for a hunter here or go for an ice golem. I think it's infinitely better to go in for an ice golem if you don't know what their win condition is. Yeah, I'm still going to go for an ice golem here because it's going to be hard for him to go and drop the Golden Knight ability and then pull everything back. Wait, the ice golem was walking back on its own admission. I don't know if you guys saw that, but it was literally going back towards the goblin drill when I was saying, hey, it's never going to go back. It literally started off going back, so I cursed myself or something. Wait, okay, this is decent because I can go Royal Delivery again, and then I can go Miner, and I can expect him to go goblins or Golden Knight. Yo, we're able to pre-log the goblins. Let's go. That's super nice. That's incredible. The one bad thing about the Golden Knight is it always dashes on my tower when they use Tornado. It's pretty much impossible to evade that. So I'm going to Royal Delivery here and expect him to go Golden Knight, and then I'm going to go in for an Ice Golem, and then I'm going to log on top of all of the goblins, and even if he Tornadoes, I think we're fine, because I can cycle back to another hunter. Wow, this guy became the hunted. We've got 2 hunters on the field, and I don't think he's able to field a counter to them. I'm also going to snowball on the goblins to bounce those back to get even more damage. And then, you know, in the later stages of the game, when they're at like 600 HP, you could just use minor cycles with your double small spells and get value that way, and perpetually block the Golden Knights at the river with the Ice Golem until the Ice Golem wants to go back and screw you over. Alright, so we're going to Royal Delivery here. I think he's going to click the Golden Knight ability almost instantaneously. With the Golden Knight out of cycle, he only has goblins, so we're just going to pre-snowball them. Wait, he actually got an Isozer down. I did not expect that at all. Huh. Well, that was pretty well played by you. Wait, what if I went bats and then went for a balloon and then an Ice Golem here, and then you don't expect it, and then you get destroyed? What if I just do one of these? And then miner here, and then just save my log for this, and only use 2 elixir to counter it? Because then the balloon will probably give us death damage, right? Oh, it doesn't give us the death damage I deserved. It's okay. It's fine. Sometimes it do be that way. So he's going to go in for a lot of spam. We're able to Royal Delivery and Ice Golem. Dude, the Royal Delivery yet again eats the Phoenix egg alive. And remember, he only has like goblins here or Phoenix, which the Phoenix isn't able to stop it. The miner locking on the tower, and then we can go in for a snowball. We can go for more bats. We can get a Royal Delivery down here. Should be able to clean everything up. I love the initiative to go in for an aggressive Ice Scissor. That was quite cute, my dude. I'm going to go in for a snowball, a miner, and a log, and just log him out of the game and put him to shame. GG, well played, and peace out. Despite you having Tornado, Phoenix, and Ice Wizard, our offense was just way too bold for your cold hard counters. Hey, we got a game against Axie, so hopefully we can tilt the axes in our favor. This guy is going to decide to go in for a Spear Goblin Hut, so if it's going to be a lot of anti-air defense, it is not something that I want to see today, sir. I definitely want to go in for a miner so we can whittle that down and maybe, you know, get a log off on top of the annoying hut so we can eat it. Yeah, I'm going to log here since the Spear Goblins will all die to this log, which will be very nice. Not even a single spear was delivered to our tower. But, you know, you've got another thing to test my limits. Double spawner city, bro. And of course the hunter doesn't fire fast enough. I don't know why I was relying on the hunter. He's not even gonna be able to hit the fire spirit, right? Oh, he did there. Usually the fire spirit jumps onto the hunter. You guys will see it eventually. Yeah, there it is. So it jumped on it right after. I was really shocked by that. Anyway, a lot of times people will end up having like a mother witch. So I kind of want to be able to snipe that with a miner. So that would be pretty nice. If the ice golem is targeting and then we can go in for bats afterward, we should be able to finish off the mother witch and make a prediction on his deck without even seeing all of his cards, because it's just that commonplace. People that run double spawners are all the same breed. This is how they play. They go in for their double spawners, and if it's out of cycle, they probably go for a mother witch. So it's nice to go in for a miner in that particular placement to go make a prediction, snipe it, and get away with a really good position. So I think for the rest of the game, I'm just going to go in for logs and snowballs on top of the goblin huts like you're about to see. I will take some damage, but as long as you're able to log the goblin hut after like the first initial wave of spear goblins, they aren't able to do 2,000 damage in that amount of time. So we've won this one. This guy played one of the easiest decks in Clash Royale history, but as soon as we got his buildings out of cycle, there was nothing he could do to stop us. And because most double spawner players are so eager to cycle their buildings, go in for your balloon when they're out of cycle and take your free win. All right, this guy is actually pretty good, and apparently he's a part of the King Barbaros clan, so maybe he's gonna like the King Barbarians, Elite Barbarians, I don't know, we'll see what he's gonna be doing. So we're going to go in for the hunter in the back, just because it's going to be able to dissipate any bridge spam that you decide to drop. And I will want to go and kite the Dark Prince to the other side, so we minimize the chance of you know, using Tornado and screwing me over with your Dark Prince connecting. What do we do here? Do I go in for an aggressive play? Oh yeah, you already know. If your opponent is going to go in for a Sparky, they can't possibly stop the balloon very effectively if they're down elixir. In fact, the hunter will delete an electro wizard that's dropped on top of the balloon, so it works very well together if you're getting counter push. So Royal Delivery has got a big box of tricks, and if your opponent's got Sparky, it's going to get shut down pretty reliably. I'm going to log on this afterwards just to stop the Sparky shot, and I think I can get away with an Ice Golem now. If you guys didn't know, log disrupts the Sparky, so you can drop something quickly afterward like an Ice Spirit, and the Sparky will not shoot the Ice Spirit. Obviously, we don't have Ice Spirit in our deck, but it gave us a lot of time to make sure that the Sparky was disrupted and not getting damage on our tower, and then having to go through the motions to get that fire off again. So our homie is going to end up having Hunter, but I don't think it's back in cycle. So I'm able to easily just go in for a balloon and see him all in me. Oh, he's got Phoenix and Hunter? Okay, all right, I see you, sir. You're just going to make this game really challenging for me. You're going to have the best air answers that a Sparky deck would ever have. I haven't seen a Sparky deck with these type of air answers before, to be honest. So I'm going to go in for the Royal Delivery just because I want to be able to soak up some of the damage. Unfortunately, the Goblin Giant just has one track mind and tracks damage all over my tower instead. I'm going to follow up with the Miner here with the Royal Delivery and then also the Hunter. Maybe the Hunter can splash onto the tower. Usually it does do that if there's anything in its way. Like the Hunter's just... Wait. Sparky, you played yourself. You just swerved in the other side for absolutely no reason. And I love it. Maybe you do have a reason. Maybe you're playing for me or something. All right, so we're going to log here, disrupt the Sparky shot, and notice how much longer it takes to... Oh, wait. The Sparky shot from a very long range there. We knocked it back, and then it shot from a range that it shouldn't be able to shoot at, if that makes any sense, because it walked into range, and then we logged it back, and then it shot at the super far range, which makes no sense, but Clash Royale definitely needs to start fixing that bug. Wait, the Goblin Giant. The Goblin Giant pushed my Hunter away, so then the Hunter didn't die. I think secretly the Shrek boy and the Hunter just have some weird thing going on where they're dating and they're working from the opponent's side and they're working from our side because we see them on both sides right here. There's a red and a blue, and the Sparky just doesn't know what to do, and the Goblin Giant's like, yo, I can't hurt my friend. And wait, can I 3-crown you with 10 seconds remaining? I gotta make this happen. I need to make this happen for the memes. Dude, you even had lightning. Jeez, if you wanted to build a Sparky deck to counter us, this would be it. There would be no changes to the deck whatsoever. Phoenix, Hunter, and Lightning makes this matchup ridiculously rough. But with Royal Delivery and good mechanics, you can still persevere. Hey, and now we're Master 3. Let's go. Hey, this guy's got a Battle Healer in his banner, so I'm really excited to see if that's actually what he's going to be packing for us today. So I can go in for a Miner at the start, but usually if we're playing against someone of that type of caliber of Battle Healer toxicity, you want to wait it out and make sure that you don't make any bad play like cycling the Ice Golem and then, you know, not being able to kite units to the other side, right? If you're not able to kite the Battle Healer away from the Elixir Golem, you're just going to lose. So this guy is going to go in for a Valkyrie, and he's going to have a very quick card cycle, probably with Mortar if I had to guess. So if we can get the Mortar out of cycle, then we might be able to cycle our way to a win. I'm going to log the Archer Queen so it will die to the tower so we won't have to spend any extra elixir. I'm really, really hoping he goes in for an aggressive mortar so I can stop it with an Ice Golem and then go balloon in the other side with the Archer Queen out of cycle. But it looks like that's not going to be the case. So I'm going to go in for an Ice Golem and I'm going to go balloon here. And then I'm going to follow up with a miner if he goes in for an Archer Queen. He's actually going to go in for a Phoenix. Wait, what? No, you got to be joking right now. Homie's packing a Phoenix Archer Queen and also Mortar all in the same deck. He's living in the past when Phoenix was like the best card in the game. And Phoenix is still a very respectable card, but it's not like, you know, S+ tier as it was before. Jeez, I guess this is what happens when you run a balloon cycle deck. You just get greeted by the most obnoxious answers available in the entire game. People randomly pack it for a little picnic and they're like, yo, let's piece apart the balloon deck today and just have fun that way. And you're like, I'm not an enjoyer, but it is what it is. We'll see if we can find a way through and see what we can do. If I go in for a balloon in the left-hand lane, we are probably going to get greeted by a Phoenix. So that's not good for us. I need to go for Bat so we can devour the Valkyrie. If he goes in for a miner, we can shut it with a Hunter. So, yeah, I think we're going to go in for the Hunter immediately on top of the miner, just to be able to concentrate all of our shots directly on top of it. We waited to see where it was going to be. I can go in for a miner, but if I go on the same side, I'm going to lose against this guy. There's no doubt in my mind. So what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to go in for a balloon. I'm going to miner here. I'm going to snowball, or actually have an Ice Golem instead. If we go Ice Golem, I'm pretty sure the Phoenix will go towards that. And then we can have the Ice Golem tank for the Phoenix while the miner's tanking for the balloon. And then look at all that damage we're getting, baby. That was massive outplay potential, and you love to see it with this deck. Despite our opponent having 63 different answers and an 8-card deck, he might be screaming what the heck as he realizes that he fumbled that defense. So I need to be able to shut down this mortar, and if I can and I can kill the queen, then I will win the game. All I need to do is stop the queen. So if you guys are in like tight defensive situations, just cycle your miner in the back and don't worry, okay? Cycling that miner precludes the potential of them going for a miner on your tower, and it's always reasonable to do. We're going to Hunter again in the back because that's likely where he's going to drop it since he has so many units in the front, and this guy got destroyed. Let's go, baby. Love winning games like this one. Phoenix Archer Queen spam with Mortar simply can't stop the balloon cycle. When you outplay your opponent just once with this deck, Balloon goes to the moon with out of this world value. Like, subscribe for more daily videos, and have an incredible rest of your day.